And welcome into the Players Lounge here on Pirate Radio for our maiden voyage with these three guys. It's an honor and privilege to talk to so many of our star football players this season, all season long, right here on our platforms of Pirate Radio. In studio with us right now, Tyler Snead joining us. Of course, many folks know Tyler from ECU Football, wide receiver, and looking forward to a big year. Tyler, good to see you.
Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Also, one of your partners in crime on the field with the wide receiver duo, CJ Johnson, also one of our Pirate Radio athletes this year. Great to see you, CJ.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. And Rahjai Harris, running back for the Pirates, rounding out the table right now. Good to see you guys.
I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate it.
So we got quite the explosive group out here for the offense. First of all, we just finished up practice today. We were talking before we went on the air how hot it was. So what's the situation? How things going? We'll talk about the scrimmage that happened Saturday, but Rahjai, we'll start with you. Okay. How are things going practice-wise from your perspective, and what's been going on?
Man, everybody, they got the mindset of, go get it. This season going to be different, so starting with the offensive line and the quarterback Holton, of course, leader. But everybody's they got that mindset, that 1% mindset. Just every day go out there and get it. So it's gonna be a good one.
CJ, we've been following you since you were a freshman at Conley. I feel like you're like 40 now. You're now getting to be one of the leadership guys on the team. How have you embraced that role? How is that new for you?
I just changing what I do daily. Like there was times freshman year where I had bad habits, like bad practice habits and all of that, and I just worked really hard to change that. And yeah.
All right, Tyler, when folks see you off the football field, they probably just think, oh, this is kind of just a nice young man. Maybe he's a frat guy. They wouldn't know he's a football. But they see you on the football field, and this guy's as tough as nails. Where does that toughness come from? Because I always say Tyler Snead's a perfect example. Don't judge a book by its cover.
Definitely.
I agree. Where does that come from?
I think just, I've always been smaller, like one of the smallest guys on the team. So I think it's just built up, and I've always had to play with that edge going into anything, whether it be football, basketball, whatever I was doing. So I think I've learned that, and I've just kept that mentality the same throughout.
Tyler Snead, CJ Johnson, Rahjai Harris joining us in the Players Lounge here on Pirate Radio. We're going to be talking to all the guys every Monday on PRL and all our platforms of Pirate Radio. This is kind of a cool new deal, guys. I love these NLI deals, name, image, likeness, for folks that haven't been following the story. It changed basically a month ago or so, where it enabled us to be able to do stuff like this with you guys, where before, as y'all know, if we wanted to do an interview with you, maybe we'd get you for like 2 minutes or so after a practice, and everybody's huddled around, and it's really kind of hard to kind of get a lot of good content, let me say, because everybody's huddled, and it's real short, real quick. Or if we put a request in one-on-one, it takes a week, and you might get it over the phone, and here's 5-minute time slot. So this has enabled us to, in essence, work directly with you guys, and y'all could work with us, and what we're going to do is this weekly conversation that we're going to have with you guys and get to know you better, the Pirate Nation get to know you better, and really kind of in a laid-back atmosphere, have some fun, talk about Pirate football. It's new for y'all too, so what has y'all's been reaction to the whole NIL deal?
When I got the call, I was excited, so I ain't been out here looking for no NIL deal. So when I got the call, I was really, happy. Finally somebody's really, looking at me, reaching out. So I was pretty excited.
What about you, CJ?
I feel like it's a good way to have players have extra money in their pockets just to live off of, but I don't want it to get to the point where everybody loses the big picture.
Yeah.
Like, you're in college football to make it to the league. You're in college football to win, not to make money.
Tyler, I imagine you probably feel similar.
Yeah, just I think it's a great opportunity to get people's names out there. If they have brands like Rahjai and Holton's Built When Broken, I think it's a good way to promote that. But like CJ said, it's not all about that. We still came here to play football and stuff like that.
Yeah, and without the football, there'd be no other extracurricular stuff too. So football is the main thing. All the guys I've talked to, they haven't lost focus, and I do want folks to know too. One of the reasons we're doing this on a Monday is because now during the season that's going to be your day off. So you know you do have free time as still a college student to be able to do what you want to do, even though there's a lot of football involved. On Mondays it's your free day, so we're going to kind of do that on Mondays to accommodate y'all's schedule. So you know, we were joking before, we don't want somebody going, oh well, if they weren't spending so much time at Pirate Radio, we wanted to miss that catch, you know. So we're trying to diffuse that before that happens as an excuse. These guys have a day off, and we're privileged to be able to share a few minutes with them and our listeners here on Mondays going forward this season. And of course, we'll be serving it up on our other platforms. We're going to turn it into a podcast for folks that like to listen that way. So you guys know us. We're going to have it all video format, all different things. But it is great to be hooked up with you guys. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get to know y'all as people, because there'll be a lot of people listening right now that know your names, maybe your jersey numbers, but they don't really know who you are. So I'm going to go around the table. Rahjai, let's start with you. Okay. Let's give kind of your, like if someone was meeting you for the first time and they didn't know who you were, give us your elevator pitch of who Rahjai Harris is, what he's all about, and what you would want them to know about you.
Yeah. Well, you know, Rahjai Harris, you know, a lot of people used to pronounce it as Rahjai and Rahjai, whatever that is. I don't know, but Rahjai Harris.
So it never changed. It was just people mispronouncing it.
People just mispronounce it.
You didn't change. You didn't change how you want it.
Nah, never.
That was a big talk a year or so ago.
Definitely.
But for officially, it is
Rahjai Harris.
Rahjai Harris.
Rahjai Harris.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. You know, a little town in Spartanburg. But about me, football, track, and basketball growing up. You know, I got little brothers and little sisters. I got an older brother and 2 older sisters. And, you know, everybody just been grinding all our life. You know, our dad pushed us, mom pushed us just to grind. You know, my mom was kind of, you know, she went house from house when I was little. So growing up was kind of, you know, shaky at first. But, you know, we got stable, and kids started going to college, and, you know, we started bringing money in our way, you know, because our mom was struggling, so we had to ditch out and help. But, I mean, you know, life is good now, you know.
When you're not playing football, what would you consider your favorite hobbies?
See, my brother a gamer, and I used to go outside and just play basketball and stuff like that. But now I done turned into a gamer. You know, I like to play Call of Duty. So whoever want to play Call of Duty or 2K, I'm here. You know, just
don't tell my kids that. They'll be hitting you up.
But no, I'm just a regular person though, man. I respond back to everybody that texts and they hit me up. Just a regular person. That's how I look at it.
Good stuff. All right, CJ Johnson. A lot of folks know you growing up here in Greenville, but let's get, for someone new listening that doesn't know CJ Johnson, let's get find out about you.
Well, CJ Johnson. Everybody puts him on this pedestal as this superhero, this Superman, but inside my body, I'm a regular person just like everybody else. Like, I have flaws just like everybody else, and growing up was not easy. I stayed in a 3-bedroom house with 10 people. I didn't have a room or a bed until 18 when I moved out to college. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. So like I never really had that older role model. I had my brother. My brother, he taught me a lot because he took it upon himself to work since the age of 16. He was working with my neighbor filling up fire extinguishers. Then he moved on to Greenville TV and Appliances. Now he's a head truck driver, 16. Like, but he's making money. So I always looked up to him as my role model. Like, whatever I do, I got to work like he worked.
Yeah. And that's the thing, too. I think getting to know you guys, you know, a lot of folks just see you as football players, but you are people. And the struggle to get to where you are now, it's not easy to be a scholarship D1 athlete at any school. And to be able to overcome things, to be able to be focused and to get to that level, because there's a lot of distractions along the way, guys, as you know. And there's been a lot of great athletes that can get distracted by other things and don't reach their potential. So, you know, for you to be able to do that, and like, I didn't even know that about you. You know, I knew you had a lot of relatives, but I didn't know you were living to that many folks in your upbringing. So it's definitely something interesting. What about your hobby, CJ, when you're not playing football?
I'm not really a gamer. I don't even own a game system. I used to be a game freak when I was little though. Like I would play the game 6-7 hours a day, but I kind of grew out of it. I went to college. Didn't even bother buying a system. So like now my hobbies, like I'm either sleep, or I'm hanging out with friends.
Sounds like my hobbies. Those are good hobbies. All right, Tyler Snead. People have seen you making the moves on the field, but what about Tyler Snead, the person? Give us your pitch who Tyler Snead is.
Well, I'm from Raleigh, so I'm kind of close to here, like hour 15. Grew up with a lot of family close together, so like that's been a big part of my life, my whole life. I got a athletic family. You know, my dad played baseball, got drafted, and then my mom was a state cheerleader. She won a national championship. So athletic family. Sister did gymnastics at Georgia. All my other sisters play sports. So I've always grown up into that. Love football ever since I first played it. Used to play baseball. It's just nothing against baseball. It's a great game. It's just too slow for me and not enough contact.
That's what Holton said.
Yeah.
He was a great baseball player too. Said it wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, no, and I like the contact. So fell in love with football. I love basketball, but I get my shot blocked every day. So I had football. I had to go football. But no, it's just a little about me. Like they said, I'm a regular person. You see me, you know, you can't tell I play, so I look regular too, but
we were at a press conference a couple years ago. It was the year before the COVID year, as I call it, and I remember you came in with a backpack and someone thought that was like a new like student assistant, like an intern or something for the football team. I'm like, no man, that's Tyler Snead. They'd never seen you without a helmet and pads on.
No,
I was like, don't let him fool you now. So you better not let him hear you say that.
Nah.
No, that's awesome. And was it Millbrook?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Millbrook High School, which was, I kind of consider because I'm from Raleigh too.
Okay.
And I ended up going to Ravenscroft, but that was like a lot of my friends went to Millbrook.
Yeah.
So great school, great football tradition there at Millbrook too, big time.
Yes,
so
sir.
I know all the folks there. The Wildcats are excited about Tyler Snead. I hear from them all the time. What about your hobbies when you're not playing ball?
I'm a big movie guy, so when we get our time off, I just like relax, watch a movie, watch a show. If not, I will get on the game, like Madden.
Yeah. Could you say, wouldn't it be cool, like as you get older, you could actually, you know, if you guys make it to the league, that you could actually be in a game like that. That's got to be a little surreal to think about stuff like that. Happens in baseball. Yeah. My kids were playing the show the other day, and they were playing like some of the ECU players that they used to know popped up. Like that are professional players. I thought it was kind of pretty cool to see them in a video game.
That's crazy. Right?
All right. So once again, you're in the Players Lounge here with guys Tyler Snead, CJ Johnson, and Rahjai Harris. In the middle of camp, I guess we're getting ready to wind down camp. School starts officially
23rd.
Next week, right?
Yeah.
But this has been all football. How is this preseason? You know, last year was such a weird year, guys, with the COVID thing. We barely had any interaction with you. There was hardly any fans at the games. There were no fans at the games for the first couple games, I think, except for maybe your parents that might have showed up. But
you got like one ticket.
You got one ticket. Yeah, exactly. How has this year's fall camp been different from last year's? First of all,
with me coming in, you know, fall camp. You know, Coach Houston, he talked about it about last week. We was all on the B field. Me, Keaton Mitchell, and a lot of folks that's playing now and have a big role on the team. And you know, now it's just, you feel me, season's here. You know, last year I was just like, well, I might not play, or, you know, I might have to take another role on special teams. But this year is like, you know, I got to lead the team. You know, me, CJ, Snead, Holton. You know, Holton can't do it by himself. You know, he done been back there. He done been in the backfield, but I got to take on a leadership role as well.
That's true. It's a team for a reason. And, you know, you guys are the skilled positions, you know, wide receiver, running backs, and you'll get a lot of the glory if we're successful. But it really starts with that offensive line. How's that offensive line looking from y'all's perspective? Yeah. Because without that need, you know, those guys don't get a lot of the attention. But, boy, they can get a lot of the blame when things go wrong. But without that protection to get it to you guys in the air, or for you to be able to open up some holes, Rahjai, you know, that O-line's everything. Yeah. I'm hearing good stuff. You see it every day. What's y'all's perspective on it?
Oh, man, I feel like the O-line is 10 times better than we were last year. I just feel like everybody on the O-line locked in, they all have one goal, and they're all working towards that goal.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Tyler, I talked to Coach Houston the other day, and he said the big difference this year with not just the O-line, but really the whole team is depth. Like when he first got here, might have one or two few, or maybe a starting lineup, but there was nobody backing anybody up that was you would have as a starter. So that's kind of changed this year.
Yeah, we got depth everywhere, and we haven't really had that, but you put 2s and 3s in, and you trust those guys to make a play too. So, that's exciting. That's going to be really exciting, and especially with the O-line. They took a big step. They're getting really better.
Bigger, stronger, faster.
Yes, sir.
Which is good news for you guys.
Oh, yes,
the better they are, the more touches y'all get, probably. We heard from Donnie Kirkpatrick last week, the offensive coordinator for ECU Football. He said nobody wants to play behind Tyler Snead because Tyler Snead will never come out. He's like, no, I don't need a break. I'm good.
Energetic.
So you got nobody behind you because they say you want to take every snap.
It'd be like that.
Try to, yeah.
But that's good. That's the mentality you want. And I'm sure it's the same way, CJ, right?
Yes,
you want to
sir.
be on the field to be on the field.
Yes, sir.
How much now? This with the COVID year, everyone got an extra year, so I'm getting mixed up. We really got to get away from the freshman, junior, sophomore stuff because it doesn't matter. It's just how much time you have left at this point. I think all of you guys have another year or more left, right?
You got like 4 years left.
Is it that many left? Yeah. As I said, I just feel like you've been here forever. I think I've been following you so long. So you've got 4. So CJ's got 4 years left, counting this year.
Yeah, I have my junior year, my senior year, COVID, and I didn't redshirt. So.
Wow. So you could be here for a long time. That'd be awesome.
Plan on it.
That'd be great. How much time you got left, Roger?
I got about 5 years left.
Do you really?
Just
Counting this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget because it seems like you've been here longer than you have.
Yeah,
But
it do feel like that. I came in early. I got here in January.
Yeah.
I got here in January about
early graduate.
Yeah, I was an early graduate.
And Tyler, how many? What do you have? 3?
I got 3.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
Old head.
Yeah. So, you're the old guy in the room now.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is now, hopefully, we get to know you guys this season, but we keep it rolling. We'll keep doing it next season. I think that'll be all of a sudden. Hey, what are those guys up to now? And then, coming off that bowl victory, we want to keep this thing rolling.
I'll be showing my ring.
What is y'all's goal? Realistically, is I hear a lot of talk. Hey, look, we just want to get back to postseason. Is that kind of the realistic goal this year to try and get this program back in a postseason footing?
Like to me, I don't think we just need to make it to postseason. I want to win the postseason. I want to win the bowl game. It don't really mean nothing. You make it to the bowl game if you don't win.
That's true, man. You got to start with the opener. Just win the opener.
Yeah.
1-0 each week.
How big is that App State game for you guys? On national TV, playing in a pro stadium Thursday night. There'll be a lot of people watching that game, just because it'll be one of the few games on that night. There'll be a lot of eyes on ECU, plus a great opponent in App State. I get pumped up just thinking about it, just talking about it. Y'all are going to be on the field making the difference. What's y'all's perspective?
I think we're all really excited. That is a great opponent. They're a great football team. They've been good for a while.
Yeah,
But no, we're excited. It'll be a big game. Fall camp, big for us. We're getting right practicing out there, but everybody will be ready for that game.
I guess next week it really switches over to a lot of more just App State after this week. Is that right, guys?
That's true.
Quick fact though, we're undefeated in NFL stadiums.
I heard that.
NFL
ECU is, or you mean
ECU is?
I hadn't thought about that stat. Undefeated. Are you sure about that? I might have to fact check that, CJ. And if you were right, you're gonna have to give CJ a fact bonus.
Philadelphia Eagles, Temple won. The USF, Tampa Bay Buccaneers won.
Yeah, but didn't we play? Glenn, I'm going to go to my stat man here. Didn't we have some games in pro stadiums we've lost before?
This current squad is undefeated.
Oh, okay. Okay. My bad.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about history of Pirate football. I'm like, I swear I've been to a game.
Those guys are.
Okay, you're talking about this crew. Okay.
My class and
Okay.
My class.
CJ is undefeated in pro stadiums. So I like that stat. We're gonna keep that stat. Fair enough. All right.
You are.
I was like, I've been around a little bit longer. I don't think I'm undefeated. But that's good. No, that's a good sign. That'll be fun to play down there in Charlotte too. I'm sure for you guys. Good. And I think we'll have a good showing of Pirate fans there. I know a ton of folks that are headed down there.
I appreciate all the Pirate fans.
They're the best.
I appreciate it.
And this year's got to be a little bit different, being able to play in front of fans again. I didn't realize how much of a factor kind of that is in the stadium, because it just felt such it felt like a scrimmage almost those games versus I was there. I'm like, man, I remember talking to Bailey about this. I'm like, God, this is weird. It's like they're putting on an exhibition just for us. Nobody's here.
Yeah.
Having fans in the games makes a big difference.
Oh yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to see. I'm ready to look up and just see all the fans up there, man.
51,000, man.
It's just a dream come true. That's what I be telling everybody. It's just a dream come true.
You guys had your first scrimmage Saturday. Let's talk about how that went. And how different is scrimmage versus practice? Because scrimmage is basically a souped-up practice, where you're going sometimes ones versus ones type of deal. Give us the rundown of what goes on at a scrimmage for fans that don't know versus kind of a regular practice.
Really the difference is it's just faster, more contact, and more physicality. It's basically a game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, you're trying to simulate a game situations with the scrimmage.
The best you can.
Yeah, a lot more situational type stuff rather than practice. You have it scripted, like all that. No script. You're just going like calling it like a game. So that's like probably the biggest difference. Just at that and
the closest
speed.
to a live situation.
Yeah. How hard is it? Because you guys are going up against the defense, and we'll be talking to a lot of those guys too. The better the defense is, the harder your job is, but the weaker the defense is, the better y'all look. And there's always a debate, well, who won, the offense or the defense? It's always hard when you're playing your own team, isn't it, guys?
Yeah. Defense like to say they win all the time, but they don't win all the time.
I tell everybody, man, I play against the best defense every week. So when I get to the game, it's easy. Practice be hard every day.
You want the defense to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Because it sharpens, steel sharpens steel, as they say.
Right.
So the better the defense is, the more it challenges you guys.
Definitely.
When you look at that defense, who do you guys see as kind of the big playmakers this year?
Big leader, is Xavier. He's been a leader. Bruce. And, DJ just came in. He really done locked in and bought in as well.
By the way, 3 Pirate Radio athletes, which we'll be hearing from on Monday.
But, it's a lot of guys, a lot of young guys out there as well, that's stepping up out there. So that's always good.
Yeah.
I feel like on our defensive end, we obviously there's players that stand out more than others, but I feel like all across the board, we're just dominant.
That's true. They locked down.
Yeah, they, like I said, they made a goal, bought into the goal, and they want to achieve it.
You guys are a little bit younger guys, but you've been here long enough to know the difference from how it's been, in the past when you first got here. It seems like it's more fun now, like the team's starting to gel, the chemistry's better. That's something that's hard to put your finger on sometimes, but just me, outside looking in, I would say it seems like these guys are really kind of starting to come together.
Yeah, for sure. And just like we talked about earlier on the offense, but depth, it's like you guys got making plays everywhere. Everybody's just buying in. Everybody's gelling together. That locker room's great. There's brotherhood in there. And so
definitely,
that's what I think pulls us all together. It gets chirpy out there on the field, but at the end of the day, we're all brothers. We all go back in the same locker room. And when it comes to Saturday or Thursday night for the first game, we're all going to be wearing the same uniform. So
I thought last year you guys ended on such a strong note with those two wins to close out the year, especially SMU here at home. Has that momentum, kind of that feeling, the end of the year on an uptick, has that kind of lifted this team up a little bit, going, okay, we can be competitive, we can win here? Has that been the attitude this offseason?
Oh, man, that's been the attitude all offseason. Everybody's been out there working. In the past, like he said, like Coach Houston says all the time, there's 10, 80, 10. 10% of people that are below standard, they don't give a lot of effort. And then there's 80% mediocre, and there's 10% of leaders. I feel like everybody's moving up to either that 80 or that 10%. And if you're not in that 80 or 10%, you're easily pointed out.
Yeah. And I've heard that sense of accountability is what you're referring to, CJ. Hasn't always been there in the past. When you guys first got here, perhaps there wasn't. I've heard that wasn't going on. So that's something that's kind of almost been a learned behavior, and guys now stepping up, not just coaches stepping up.
Definitely. You can't. Championship teams are led by the players, not the coaches. So, I feel as in every room we got, from offense to defense, it's a leader in there. It's going to be somebody that's going to tell you, hey, you need to pick it up, because that's not it, So that's just a great thing about it. And it's a great thing about Pirate football. Coach Houston's doing a great job. The coaching staff are doing a great job. And it's It's gonna be a special year.
And we talked about that first game in Charlotte against App State. Boy, if you can win that game and you start the season with a win,
Electric.
and then you come back to Greenville and you got the SEC foe of South Carolina Gamecocks at home.
Let's do it.
That, I'm not saying, look, it's not Alabama. They're still an SEC team, but, you might be catching them on a good year. They got a new coach, and you got them at home. All of a sudden, man, that game becomes absolutely enormous. If you could bring a 1-0 record in there, not look too far ahead, but kind of really would be something special, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, it's definitely gonna be special.
I start getting goosebumps thinking about a 2-0 start. I was talking with some friends over that weekend. I said, man, if the Pirates could just start 2-0 over two solid teams like that,
Oh yeah,
this place would be electric because I think people are hungry for it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I mean, you've seen it in baseball, even in basketball. When we've had our limited success we've had there. When ECU wins, fans respond,
Yes, sir.
definitely.
and they are hungry for a winner again in Pirate football. And you feel like the ship is moving in that direction.
Oh yeah, you got that right.
Can y'all? I mean, is that the feeling behind closed doors in the locker room too, Tyler?
Oh yeah, I mean, we're ready. I think everybody's ready. Everybody's juiced up. Fall practice, we always got juice, which is hard to have, especially in the heat and stuff. But
Every day.
every day,
You gotta bring it every day, no fake stuff.
somebody's bringing it. No fake gas, as they
Yeah.
like to say.
No fake
But no, if we get to that start, it's gonna be special.
Yeah.
And we have the ability to be real special. So.
Be awesome. When you guys are practicing, what's y'all's favorite drills to do? Do you have a favorite one, or the most hated drill? I guess
I say my favorite drill is one-on-ones.
you like
like-
posting up on these guys.
I like one-on-ones.
Who covers you in practice?
Jaquan McMillan, Malik Fleming, Nolan Johnson. I try to go with guys that are going to challenge me the most. Like because if I beat them, that's making them better. If I lose, that's making me better.
Now I'm hearing big things out of DJ Ford as a safety. What are you seeing in practice? Does he match up with you much at all?
And he doesn't match up with me a lot. But just watching from the sideline and seeing him make plays, like
Long.
yeah, he's long, he's fast, he's strong, like. He's just a player.
He can do it all.
Yeah,
he can
he's
do it
just a
all.
player.
And he's a good addition to the secondary that nobody's seen yet because this will be his first year.
sir.
I think it was only year. I think he's got 1 year left. So this kind of make his sense of urgency will be at an all-time high.
yeah.
Because he's got to make it happen this season. Who are you matching up against in practice, Tyler?
Those guys match up with DJ, Jawan Powell, Sean Dorso, a lot of those safeties. And we're deep at safety. I think we're going to have a really good secondary this year. But, match up with all those guys. I'd probably say my favorite one is one-on-ones as well, just for practice. But, I like the team periods too, just so we can get it all in. I like blocking for Rahjai and 2-5 Keaton. That makes it fun when something's going to happen back there. So, I find it fun blocking for those boys.
Did y'all still do the they used to call it Oklahoma drill? Is that still going on?
They made that
Competition.
illegal or something
Oh,
with
it's
the
not.
new rules.
Oh, okay. Oh, so that's no
Or
longer allowed.
It was
Something
board
like
drills. I know board drills or something. Yeah, we can't do
I
it
think it's
anymore.
causing like too many concussions.
Yeah, it's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
It looked a little. Do you have fun with it?
It's fun when you score.
It's fun. It's fun.
It got the team going from the videos I saw. last
Oh,
year.
most
Free
definitely.
drills too.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Those are highly competitive drills right there.
Awesome. All right, what's going on back here? I couldn't read your. All right, I got you. All right, man, good stuff, guys. Before we let you get out of here, what are you got a lot of folks listening right now in the Pirate Nation. We'll start with you, Rahjai. What do you want fans to know this year about Pirate football? And then I'm going to go around the desk and give each one of you a chance.
I mean, for one, we're a family. Like Tyler said, every night before we leave, we all get turned up listening to music, man. We just a big family, and if we play together, it's dangerous, So we got to do what Coach Houston and, my coach and their coach says, and they gon' lead us. We just got to follow the bricks, one by one, 1% every day.
How many touches you hoping to get a game, you think?
I would like to get about 15, 20 a game, you know. I mean, that's Snead want more, but I mean,
Give him 47.
Give him 47.
Give him 47.
All right. If he's hot, they're going to keep feeding him. CJ, what you want fans to know this year?
I just want to know that I'm really excited to have y'all back in the stadium, and I hope y'all got this stadium rocking, man.
Let's do it.
And Tyler Snead.
You know, I just want them to know we've been working real hard. You know, we're coming off those last 2 games, and we're excited. We're juiced up, and like I said before, we got the ability to be special with all those guys buying in. So every Saturday we're gonna give everything we got for y'all, and I hope y'all do the same for us. And happy to have y'all back in the stadium.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate y'all.
Guys, this is great stuff. This is our maiden voyage inside the Players Lounge here at Pirate Radio. Tyler Snead, CJ Johnson, Rahjai Harris. Also, great to have Holton Nailers with us, DJ Ford, Bruce Bivens, and Xavier Smith. So we got a great crew. I'm calling you guys the Super 7.
Super 7.
But we'll be hearing from you every Mondays now going forward here on Pirate Radio and all our platforms. This was a lot of fun. Really appreciate your time, guys, and continued success. Good luck, and we'll talk next week.
All right. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Man.